Good evening. My name is Ashlyn Bolger.
And my name is Quaymir Cephas.
We are back with another episode of Young and Educated.
Last show we talked about the schools in Philadelphia and how it impacted our community, and we gathered lots of information about the PGC, LOC, and SSC.
Today we are continuing with the topic of the schools closing.
We have many more guests speaking today. Stay tuned and enjoy these brief commercials. Hi, and welcome back. And we are here with Glenn Casey and Judy Houghton, members of the University City Committee.
So Glenn, tell us about yourself.
My name is Glenn Casey, and I'm Vice President at University City High School. I'm a senior this year, and I will continue to go on to Temple University next year,
So Glenn, tell us about your first experiences at University City.
As in when I came in the 9th grade?
Right.
I had some good and bad experiences. I say more bad experiences, but even though they were bad, they were, kind of thoughtful, and I learned a lot from them. But 9th grade, when I was in University City, I was kind of always in trouble and things like that. I was constantly suspended, going back and forth with the teachers, just doing all the wrong things that didn't benefit myself or my education.
What was your thought going into University City as a 9th grader? Was your intention to be, a misled child?
I think behavior has always been a problem with me throughout my whole school career, because I was actually suspended in 1st grade. And I, continued on to 9th. But initially, I didn't really want to go to University City. I was supposed to go to Overbrook. I had just moved down West Philly, so I actually didn't know what school was my neighborhood school. My mom tried to enroll me in Overbrook, but they said that I weren't in their area, and that University City High School was my neighborhood school, so that's where I ended up at.
Okay.
So how well did you develop from 9th grade until now?
I think I've, made a lot of progress since 9th grade. I was able to turn my grades completely around. I was able to turn my behavior completely around. Now I work really closely inside and out my school, and I work closely with all my teachers and the principals and things like that. Like I said, I am the vice president, so I'm kind of the student voice throughout my school. We do a lot of community engagement and organization and things like that. Most recently, we was going through a school closing. I think our school was slated to be closed, and I helped lead the campaign to try to keep our school alive. But our school is still closing, but the effort was worth it.
So what made you all of a sudden just create this certain development? What made you turn yourself around?
It was a lot of things I could say, but honestly, the main thing was, I had positive influences. I had a lot of people behind my back to tell me the right things to do. I think throughout my whole life that I had a lot of positive influences. It's just that my head was too hard to really listen to them, and that once I got to a certain grade, I kind of matured, and I was willing to listen and open up to other people and allow their advice to, influence me and the things that I chose to do with myself.
So as a student vice president of our school, do you think that you've been making positive steps in becoming a positive role model and actually making a change, even though the school is closing this year? Do you think that you've made a change in University City High School?
I do believe that I made a change in University City High School, and I say this because I work inside a class called Peer Group Connections, and we work with the 9th graders, and some of the things, some of the feedback that I received back from the 9th graders really influential on me, because I feel that I influence them to do positive things, because they always tell me yeah, I really like the way they carry myself. One told me that they look up to me because I seem like an adult, and that's what separates us from the rest of the student body. And there was a few incidents where students were willing to open up to me and share personal information that wasn't really they didn't have to share, but just being able to able to allow kids to feel so comfortable that they could share anything with me, and be able to just open up to me and ask me for help and anything like that. Just making me feel like I made an impact because I contributed to someone else's growth.
That's good. That's good.
Amazing.
So how does it feel to be a last graduating class in University City? I mean, what will you take on with you when you leave out?
It feels good. I feel like I would take on a lot of the qualities that I gained, like working hard, having that perseverance, just being persistent on anything that I do, and always keeping success on my mind, and to just like work hard to achieve it and not allow anything to step in my way. I got a lot of good advice, not only from like my peers inside the school, but my teachers. And the main thing was just work hard and never forget like what your overall goal is, and never get distracted. So I think that I would carry that type of mindset on with me to be able to succeed in college.
So do you think that your mindset has affected anybody else? Like, do you think that you made the progress, that the progress you have made has impacted anybody else in University City?
I do believe it made an impact on someone else because not like for say in University City, I believe that I did, but just to use an outside example, I had a friend who was, arrested for maybe about a year or so, and like he came home and he was so used to seeing me like in this old character, always doing the wrong things. And when he came home and he seen what I was doing inside school and how much progress I made, he would come over my house and be like, "Yo, you trying to chill?" And I'd just be like, "No, I got work to do for school." And he came to me one day and was like, "Yo, I want to go back to school." And dude, like, he's really hands-on and he's really talented because he's like an artist, he's really creative and he can build things like that. And I always told him that, yo, you need to do something, like you need to at least go to school. And like he came to me just from out of one day and was like, "Yo, I enrolled in community college and I start in September semester." And he was like, "I really feel like it's, you had a big influence on me in the decision that I made." I just think that was special and that I had made an impact on my peers.
That is an amazing story, and I'm happy that you're able to influence people. I want to thank you for your time today, and we will be right back after these short messages.
So I work through the Netter Center for community partnerships, specifically through a student group called Community School Student Partnerships, which provides support in university-assisted community schools. So we also work at Comegys, Wilson, Lee, and Sayre. Our organization, now that University City High School is closing, we're going to have to reallocate our mentors either to one of our other schools or to a new school, which, I mean, obviously it's always good to be helping out another school, but we've done so much work at UCHS. We've built a really strong foundation. We've expanded our programs there. So a lot of that will be taken away. A lot of our mentors have formed relationships and have, a lot of love and affinity for the school. So they'll either, they might stop working with the program, or they'll move to another school, and we'll have to start from the ground up. And I think another thing about University City High School that's so special is how close it is to Penn. So we're able to have mentors going in and out of the building all day long. So when we have to move those mentors to another school, they're not necessarily going to be able to be there for as long because of travel time. I mean, it's so easy for me in between classes at Penn to run over to University City High School and then run back to my class. That won't be the same going to another school. There's no school that's as close to Penn as University City High School. So it's going to be different.
Hi, and welcome back. So we are sitting here with Miss Houghton, or Judy Houghton, a member of the University City community. So what is your role in University City High School?
So I am the 10th grade assistant principal at University City High School.
Okay, any other titles?
That's it. That's what I do.
Okay.
So what made you come to University City? Out of all schools in West Philly or in Philadelphia period, what made you pick University City?
Well, I came to University City High School in January of last year, so just maybe about 15 months at University City High School. I like it a lot. I actually spent a lot of time visiting University City High School in the fall before that, because I was assigned to support the Promise Academies, and University City is a Promise Academy. So I got to know quite a few staff members, in particular Mr. Stoltz, who's the principal. And when January came around, he was in need of someone to come join the staff at University City High School, and he reached out to me actually and asked me to come last January, so I agreed to do that. And I came last year, and I supported the seniors through their senior year and graduation process and things of that nature. And then he called me again in August and asked me to come back as the assistant principal.
Yeah, because I remember last year, I never saw you through September, and then all of a sudden I'm seeing you and I'm just like, who is this lady?
Right.
But so do you get a pure joy out of being with the 10th graders, and what do they teach you and what can you teach them?
Well, I'll tell you, I spent the 4 months that I spent last fall from September until December working in an office. I worked in an office, and it was the first time in my entire career as an educator that I wasn't with kids all the time, because I was a teacher for a long time. I taught for 18 years. And I can honestly say that I really missed spending my day with students. Mm-hmm. So I can honestly say that I don't know if pure joy is are the words that I would use, but I do enjoy the 10th grade. They're actually a great group of young people who are, I hope, someday going to be just like Glenn. You know, some of them don't always, you know, they kind of are on maybe the wrong path, but you know, I'm hoping with a little bit of time and, you know, some skills and some people that they meet, that they'll, you know, really start heading in the right direction. So. And that's not to say paint them with a broad brush. They're a great group of kids, and a lot of them are, you know, honor students, and they do a super job. But it really is my goal to get them all going in that direction. So 10th grade is fun.
That's good, that's good. So the news about the school closing, how did you take that? Like, did you know that was going to happen? Or, I mean, how did you feel when you heard about, well, let's say first, how did you feel when you heard about the school was going to be on the list of closing?
Well, I was very surprised in December when our name was added to the list, because we had really thought that because we had made so much progress as a Promise Academy, and we really have over just the first 2 years, and we're in our 3rd year now, it was significant, you know, and we had received a lot of accolades. You know, district officials had said how good University City High School was doing, how we had really turned the corner and had started to become a much better school, certainly a school on the right track. So finding out that the district was going to not support that any longer was really devastating, surprising, you know, and very crushing. Mm-hmm. So hard.
So when you heard the news, I mean, so when you got the news that we were like, for all the seniors to be the last, well, for all the kids leaving University City, like, did you think like all the stuff that you did personally was like a waste, or like anything that you did for all the students? Do you think that it was like for nothing?
No. No, I don't think anything that I do is for nothing. You know, I think that, you know, part of the beauty of being a teacher, being an administrator, working with kids, is that whatever time you spend with kids, you know that you have an effect at some point. High school kids in particular, sometimes we don't know, you know, for years down the road that you all turned out okay. Mm-hmm. You know, but we always hope, you know, we always pray that that's the case. So I never think it's a waste. I never think it's a waste. I always think that, and I think that about all of the adults that work at University City High School. I think that they all believe that the good things that they can do for you are not for nothing.
So March 7th was like the day of like terror. Like when you were in that room, you know, all the schools were in the room, you know, the loud noises and just the anticipation building up when they were, you know, calling out the schools, and you saw some schools were closing, some schools were, you know, not. Mm-hmm. Did you honestly feel like we actually had a chance of staying open and that the district wouldn't close us? How did that make you feel when they actually said no?
I did think we had a chance. I did. I thought we had a small chance. I wasn't really willing to give up hope until, and that was one of the reasons we went that night, you know, because we went on the, you know, the day after they said they were going to shut us down. We went on a Saturday morning, and we fought, you know, and we started a fight back in December, and so we knew we had to be there on March 7th to see it through, one way or the other, good or bad. It was crushing that night, and I know because you were there. It was really devastating, but I had hope all along that it wouldn't happen. You know, unfortunately, we're in this situation, so we're going to have to try and make the best of it.
Yeah, most definitely.
Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate your answers and your words of wisdom.
Thank you.
Much.
And we are out for the night. My name is Ashlyn Bolger.
And my name is Quaymir Cephas.
And see you next time.